Hi, Gerhard Bloom, once again looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So, some wonderful news from the Supreme Court. Two extremely important decisions. The least important of these important decisions is the complete rejection of Biden's plan to unilaterally forgive student debt. And talk about a misnomer. Debt isn't forgiven, it's passed along. And in this case, you have privileged kids who've earned university degrees. They were going to get their debt written off. And who's going to pick it up? Who's going to pick up the tab? The working class. The working class. And notwithstanding the fact that the vast majority of university degrees being conferred are useless, actually less than useless, because universities once were places where you went to learn things. Now they're centers of ideological indoctrination, non-binary. I had some deluded university graduate saying, in all honesty, like if I wanted to be open to sincere dialogue, she would explain non-binary to me. This is what she's learning in university. At any rate, notwithstanding the fact that they're centers of ideological indoctrination, those degrees that people carry around confer social benefits. After analysis has demonstrated over the course of your lifetime, a university degree will earn you tens of thousands of dollars or more in income, as opposed to people who do not have these ridiculous degrees. You got feminist dance theory. Where are they going to get a job? Well, Bud Light, Disney, these major corporations hire these idiots from elite universities, and then these universities get taken over by this woke ideology because from the inside, these militant zealots with their degrees force this tyranny upon these companies. What are you doing for Pride Month? Right? And then, we got to come up with something because we don't want these employees ratting us out on social media. So this happens. So thank goodness. Trump, an authoritarian? No. This is Biden. Biden had absolutely no authority to pass student debt on to the American taxpayer. None. And so, quite properly, the courts threw that out. And then Biden and his administration is still trying to find a way to weasel that policy in. This is buying off voters because the poor working class, they don't support Biden because they know this Democratic Party is ideologically captured by privileged leftists who've long since forgotten about the strivings of the poor, the working class. No, they don't care. So wants to buy them off with this shameful attempt. And then the very important decision, a critical decision. Yes, affirmative action is unconstitutional. Of course it is. It's racist. It's racist, and it was deliberately discriminating against Asian students. Absolutely shocking. And here's the thing. In addition to being racist, the policy is so, disadvantaged or socially oppressed Black kids can get in. There is a persistent achievement gap in the Black community. There's no denying that. There is persistent achievement gaps. Gaps in education, gaps in incarceration, gaps in income. What you're not allowed to know is that this gap, this achievement gap, isn't the product of systemic oppression. It's the product of some very destructive cultural commitments within the Black community. The most serious of which, the sort of center around which all of these other dysfunctions circle, is single parenthood. Oh, single parenthood? Really? Yes, really. There's an entire cascading effect of negative outcomes. Children raised in single-parent home, much more likely to live in poverty, much more likely to have problems behaviorally in school. check out my video on, schools oppressing black kids. Yes, black kids are being disproportionately disciplined in school. Racism? No, because they're disproportionately bad. So behaviorally in school, problems with academic achievement. Yes, there's huge educational gaps between whites and blacks, let alone Asians and blacks. And it's not oppression. It's denigrating of school achievement. Black kids get beat up on the playground by other black kids for acting white. If they're trying to escape poverty and make something of themselves and do well in school, they get beat up by black kids. Roland Fryer, a black Harvard economist, studied this. Your achievement in school, if you're a black kid, beyond a very low threshold, is negatively correlated with your friends. The better you do in school, the less friends you have. In addition to which, the likelihood of getting beat up. And yet, Barack Obama spoke out about this poison and the problem of single parenthood in the black community as it happens. Behavioral problems, school achievement, juvenile crime, yes. And black kids are overrepresented in juvenile crime. And yes, blacks overrepresented later in adult crime. And you can add single parenthood for the girls and teenage pregnancies as well. And there's a litany of cascading problems for children born to children. So some excellent outcomes here. And of course, the leftists are going to try and weasel themselves around to try and sneak in underqualified black students. They think something called diversity is important. Yes, if you go to a petting zoo, you want diversity. You go to an Ivy League university or any university, you want achievement, you want merit, and you want to reward those. Anyways, so some absolute outstanding news. And yes, the left is going to fight back, but so what? We've won a couple of major victories here, and we have to keep pushing back. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Please do check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. It's available on Amazon. I promise you, it's important. And not because I wrote it. The issues could not be more important. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye.